Everything I want to say in 10 minutes, I was thinking, how am I going to find enough to say in 10 minutes? But first, I'd like to thank the Coaches Association for this honor. I'd also like to congratulate my peers that are going in today. And I have a lot of different people I'd like to thank. I'd like to start out with my wife, Jan, who, as a coach's wife, whether you know it or not, you've got a second career when you marry a coach. And of the 719 varsity boys games I've coached, I'd say she's probably been at most. And also like to thank my two parents that are here today. They not only watched me play high school ball and college ball, but probably have watched almost all my games too. And the thing about them, they've taught me what it's important about being a work ethic. I think it's the thing that I remember most, especially about my dad. My college coach is here, Ken Ash, and I learned as much from him as any coach that I played for. And Coach, I think you can be proud. I was just thinking here, you've got David Fox is a Hall of Fame coach, and Mike Davis, Hall of Fame coach today, and I played for you too, so 3 coaches going into the Hall of Fame that you coached for. And yeah, Danny was our best player, but I guess he had some other guys that understood the game too. And can't win with one, and that's one thing I've learned over the years. And, so Coach taught us a lot, and I respect him a lot. And, my AD here is John Hoover. Boy, I'm talking about loyalty to a school. Athletic director at Salisbury for 40 years. I can't even hardly imagine that. And I've spent 18 years at Salisbury, and he's been a great guy to work for. And also a friend, and I appreciate him coming down today and being here. And then also just a few fellow coaches that I've learned some things from, and 3 of them, I think all 3 are in the Hall of Fame. Dennis Humphrey was a girls coach at Salisbury that I picked his brain a lot. And, the late Larry Littrell from Glasgow, well, I really picked his brain when I got a chance, and learned a lot from him and talking to him. And another Hall of Fame coach that we've had some run-ins the last couple of years as far as our teams competing against each other. Both had really good teams, and he's a Hall of Fame coach too, and that's Bob Roberts from Cairo. And I also like to thank all my assistant coaches, like they've said. They do a lot of work without a lot of recognition. I guess too, though, when things aren't going well, they don't take the heat like the head coach has to, but I really appreciate those guys. And also, 26 years I've had great kids. You don't get to stand up here unless you've had great players. And I would like to recognize and point out a couple of them that came today, Kellen Cubbins and Shane Kresick. I appreciate you guys coming down. And kind of my story, I started out at a small school at Buckland High School in East Central Missouri on Highway 36, and 22-year-old. I mean, I'll never forget this. I walked in that first summer and seen the school secretary, and I said, I'm a new head coach. I'd like to see my coach's office. She said, all right, and she got the key, and we went to this door. There wasn't even a doorknob on it. It was just a deadbolt lock. And inside, it was a closet. It was the closet for the sporting gear, and there was all the sporting equipment. There was a desk there to the side, but I'll never forget that. We got that changed before I left, but boy, those farm boys could play some ball. The 5 years that I was there, they won 110 games for me, and 5 conference titles and 3 district titles. And spent a short time at Brunswick and Marceline, Missouri, and then got to come home to Salisbury, where I graduated. I spent the last 18 years there, and really that's the reason I'm standing here. All 3 of my Final Fours were with Salisbury, and every team's special in their own way. I had a team that only won 1 game one year. And those kids meant probably as much to me as any of the kids that I've coached, and how they work so hard the whole time. And to me, coaching is about teaching young men work ethic, how to work together as a team to achieve a goal, to handle themselves under pressure in a positive way, and to learn to win and lose the right way. And again, I think one of the greatest things about coaching to me is lifelong friendships created not only with former players, but also as coaches. It's the one profession where we compete against each other, but we're willing to help each other out. And every coach I've ever asked for help in a situation has always been there. What's my greatest memory as a coach? Happened March 9th of this year. We were able to win the state title, and it wasn't the state title in itself that made it my greatest memory. I was able to do it with my twin sons, Austin and Zach, on the team. And when we realized that we had, the game was in hand in the 4th quarter, and I got to take them out. I think I just got to be a dad for a moment on the coaches on the floor, and that'll be a memory I'll never forget. And I just want to close with this. When I see former players, no matter what their age, nothing makes me feel any better than having them call me coach. I guess with this honor I'm receiving today in a small way, I'll always be remembered as coach. Thank you.